and fortunately we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message. If you don't, you don't like it.
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device. I mean, seriously, when I read the blogs and thought about who's really the most impacted, there was a person who said, "Hey, I'm on a nuclear sub, and I don't even know what it means to be on a nuclear sub, but I've got to imagine that it's not easy to get an internet connection."
Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Cage Show. And I really wanted to be super excited for the Nintendo Switch 2. I was excited for this system years before it actually officially even got announced. I was so excited for the Nintendo Direct, and I thought the Direct was actually good. Up until post-Direct, where we found out all the nonsense that was involved with the next generation of Nintendo. But it doesn't stop there, because not only did the tariff situation delay the pre-orders in America for the Nintendo Switch 2, which, mind you, the pre-orders were supposed to be today. So yeah, we're not pre-ordering games or consoles. None of that shit is happening today. We have to talk about how really the true villain in this situation is fucking Doug Bowser. Who would have guessed? Remember, it was kind of charming that the new head of Nintendo America was named Doug Bowser. Oh my god, that was actually, I mean, it was better than Matt Booty, because that ain't the type of booty anyone's interested in. But Doug Bowser, we thought it was kind of silly, charming. No, it turns out it is the perfect name to discuss the true fucking villain that we have here. Because this fucking asshole is something else, bro. Outright disrespect. And I could see past, look, I could see past some overpriced games if the games are worth it. I could see past paywalled features, even though it sucks. I'm not justifying it, but I could get over it. You know, a lot of other people can't, and I respect that, because that's a personal option. What I can't see past is the blatant disrespect that this asshole has for his consumers. The outright, just telling, basically, why don't you just call your consumer base that is critical of the choices that you are making with the Nintendo Switch? Why don't you just call them brokies, you fucking pussy? It's about to be a full-on crash out, I guess. I don't even know, man. I'm just beyond annoyed. And what annoys me is seeing these Nintendo YouTubers try and justify all this fuck shit. Because really, if they don't get that system, their fucking channel is dead. And we know that that's the case, but they'll still cap and fucking pretend that, oh, you know, it's actually not so bad. He didn't even say anything so bad. Shut up, bitch. We know why you're capping. I would have more respect for you for outright just like, yeah, I know that he, disrespected gamers. I know he disrespected a good portion of my audience, but I gotta get this because it is what it is. And I'll let you guys know how I feel about it, blah, blah, blah. You could just not be a bullshit artist. It's really that simple. It's almost like you try less to lie, to be deceptive, or you just try less and just be honest, because that's fucking easier. That's why I just say things the way I just tell it like it is to you guys, because it's easier than having to fabricate some nonsense to try and sell you to get what I want or whatever have you. But you know what? Let's just jump right into this, because I need to get this over with, because I'm just beyond pissed. So from CBC, we got for Nintendo Switch 2, Trump's tariffs could be the unbeatable final boss. No, Doug Bowser's bitch ass is the final boss. Don't get me wrong, the whole tariff situation sucks. There's nothing good that's happening right now. It's the hopes that something good will come out of it after, right, with tariffs. But we have to scroll down to the bullshit this clown right here speaketh. All right, because Switch 2's price is appropriate, says Nintendo America boss. Of course, just take your orders, all right, from your Japanese rulers, you fucking clown. But Nintendo hasn't yet commented on a negative reaction to the Switch 2's price during a media roundtable Q&A of the Switch 2's hardware architects last Wednesday. A moderator quickly deflected a question about the price, saying the panel was there to answer questions about the fun stuff instead. Of course, because y'all are clowns. Nintendo of America's president, Doug Bowser, no relation to Mario's. Now, you sure about that? Was slightly more forthcoming that day. Yeah, and being a complete total Anyway, he says, as we look at Nintendo Switch 2, you think about the feature set that I talked about. We believe that the pricing is appropriate for the value of the machine and the gameplay experience overall. He said, look, do I take issue directly with the pricing of the Nintendo Switch 2? Personally, I don't. All right, but then you have to think of all the other things that are added on. The fact that they paywall essentially all of the new features. Yeah, the cash button, that C button that's on the Nintendo Switch 2, that is a paywalled feature. All right, we have entire buttons that are paywalled features. We can't just get upgrades for video games. We can't just you have to do nonsense in order to get it or pay to get it. All right, we have prices of video games anywhere between $70 to $90. Nobody can agree on anything. What is the price of what at this point? You know, in a vacuum, yeah, the Switch 2's price isn't bad. But then when you include everything else that's involved, it fucking sucks. And to sit here and pretend, oh yeah, this is not bad at all. This is actually appropriate value. What's not appropriate is that you have to bust balls at every level to get every fucking dime possible out of the gamers, to the point where the hobby isn't even fun or justifiable to some people. But you want to pretend that, oh, they're just brokies. Because look what he goes on to say. Look what he goes on to say. He goes on to say, we recognize there are some people that may not be able to afford the Switch 2's price point. That's why we wanted to make the other Switch platforms available so people still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be a part of these characters in these worlds, and see value, if you will, in whatever rung of the platform they come in. Your garbage business practices are deliberately what is keeping people from being able to enjoy anything, to enjoy these universes, to enjoy these characters. You are the scumbags that make it so difficult to enjoy this hobby. All right? I enjoy conversing with so many people on this hobby, but you guys make it so hard to actually be able to sit down and just enjoy a game, because I have to think of so many other aspects and many other ways you guys are trying to fuck me all the time. This is so disgusting. This cocksucker, Bowser, just had his Don Mattrick moment. It is crazy how these companies don't learn from other companies' mistakes, let alone their own mistakes. And what kills me is the content creators that are trying to say, oh, it's actually not that bad what he said. It's actually, he's trying to price accommodate. There's so many different ways he could have went about saying what he said. All right, he could have just simply assured gamers that there will still be a whole lineup of Switch ones, for the foreseeable future, so that you could just accommodate everyone's needs and everyone's wants. You could have just went about it that way. You're literally trying to sit there and justify somebody buying overpriced hardware that's like 8 years old at this point. Nobody wants that shit anymore. I stopped playing on my Switch because the thing is unfucking playable practically. And you know what? I don't even care if this video gets demonetized. I've dropped so many F-bombs, I don't even care. Because I'm just pissed. I'm just genuinely pissed. And it's disgusting, the mental gymnastics some Nintendo YouTubers will go through to defend Doug Bowser over this. The outright disrespect to gamers who are critical of the price points and the consumer, not just anti-consumer, just the entire consumer disrespect. Just outright, just don't care. Your hubris is eating you guys alive, and you don't even see it. It's almost like you forgot the Wii U existed. Crazy stuff, man. And honestly, YouTubers like Player Essence, that fucking clown. All right, Ghost Robo, aka Switch Force, that clown. These are YouTubers that if they don't get a Switch 2, they're dead. All right, Switch Force is dead. It's already dead now. Imagine if he didn't get the fucking Switch 2. Fucking clown. I cannot believe the hubris on this company. And you know what? It's so sad to say, because I was so excited for the Switch 2. I don't think I could buy this system until there's at least, in the very least, an apology, a clarification, some changes that are going on here. I don't know what would be the line to toe. I personally don't, because usually I just buy what I want and keep it moving. But this is so disgusting that I really am just losing any interest in this system at all. And it's a shame, because there's so many games that I do want to play. I really want to play Mario Kart World. I really want to play Metroid Prime 4. I really want to play Pokemon Legend ZA. All right, I really want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. These are games I genuinely do want to play. But you guys are making it so that I feel like at some point I'd be letting down like my fellow gamers, like the people that were critical of the system, even when I was like, I completely understand where you're coming from, and I want you to make the choice that's best for you. You know, like it's one thing to overprice something. It's one thing to, you know, lock features behind paywalls. But when you go on to disrespect gamers, the people that you're begging for money, don't make a mistake about it. You are begging for these people's money. And you want to go and disrespect them by saying shit like that. Well, if you're too broke, we got the Switches here for you. The OG Switches here for you. There's so many different ways you could have worded that. But you chose to essentially call them brokies. I'm heated, bro. I'm heated. I need to go get some sushi or something. Because I can't believe this. Like it sucks, bro. It sucks. And the fact that people were so easy to throw Xbox under the bus, deservingly so with Xbox One. Xbox One didn't recover from Don Mattrick saying pretty much exactly the same fucking thing, but in regards to online. If you're too broke for online, you live under the ocean. Well, there's Xbox 360. Anybody who's defends this, you are an absolute clown, and you should be laughed. You should be laughed into the ether, not for nothing. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I just don't feel excited for this system anymore, and I don't really know what to do in regards to how I should go about this. I don't think I'm gonna be pre-ordering the system, and that sucks for me, because guess what? I would have loved to unbox the new system day one live on stream. That would have been awesome. All right? Like, admittedly, that'd be so good for my channel. But I don't, like, at the end of the day, I don't need that to continue to be, to continue to garner your interest, right? I don't need that. I could do so many other things, right? I don't need to be one of the first ones to live stream unboxing a Switch 2 in order to get your interest, to make you guys pull up to my stream. There's so many other things I could do. So, like, as much as it sucks, because that's like an easy W, and this is me just being honest with you guys, right? As much as that's an easy W, I don't have to do that. I'm not like Switch Force, that if I don't get a Switch 2, my channel's even more dead than it already is. I'm not like Player Essence, that his entire channel, well, I won't say his entire channel, but the focal point of his channel is around the Switch. And all these other Switch tubers, these Nintendo fucking dick eaters. I don't need to be like them. I could talk about so many other things. But you also have to remember, Nintendo, that most of your gamers from many generations, didn't bother to even buy your Wii U. And guess what? I did. Not day one, but when Mario Kart came out, yeah, I bought your Wii U. And even I don't want this fucking system now, you stupid assholes. Like the video, share it. Subscribe. Whatever, man. I'm out. Peace.